Oh shit, were you doing customization stuff? Let's see. I don't want my volume on for this, so when I open up the Twitch chat on my phone, it's not like loud. Well, even more than that, like us talking, coming through there, and then back through my mic. Oh, you know what I should do real quick is, because I know Cody's gonna ask anyways, turn off the game chat. Through, because then he'll only need 13 more followers. We're doing really, really good in the. Right. Yeah, well, we're already at more than we have in the league, so. That's fine. I gotta turn my TV down anyway. Ugh. Fucking AB to the Bucks. Get out of here. I hate everything. I mean, no reason not to. I can't. Oh. Open my laptop. Duh. Get my questions open. Jesus. Gotta scroll up really far to find all the questions. It was my fault. I mean, I'm not anywhere near you, so I don't know how you can blame me for it. I'm on the other side of the goddamn world. Alright, I don't know how many people we have in the chat because I'm not in the chat. Alright, there we go. Why are you talking? He didn't hit me once! He was, but he was missing because he's a goddamn dumbass brute. Still says we only have 2 in here on mine, but I don't know how many it says we have for you. Okay, well then we're gonna go with yours. Alright guys, welcome to the Question Podcast. I'm Kyle, this is Sam. We've got a ton of them to get to today, so we're just gonna hop right into it. So first off, we've got Paul and the Chiefs sending in questions. And Paul's first question is, what do you guys think about all the moves the Chiefs did in the offseason? And I think that means up until the season, because he hadn't finished a lot of those trades until like right at week 1. So what'd you think about him, Sam? You guys can't hear the stream, like the chat or the let me take a look and make sure I didn't accidentally mute you. Oh, I was streaming with somebody and I muted them. Can you guys hear Sam now?
Hello.
Go ahead, talk, Sam. Can you guys hear him now? So I'm just over here listening to a conversation. Okay,
it's now a one-man pod.
I am the czar. So Sam, okay, back to the first question. What did you think about the Chiefs offseason moves? Obviously, you said it to me, but nobody else heard it.
I thought they were fine. Paul was really hurting for cap space. He was actually over the cap leading up to week 1. So he needed to make at least one move. But I thought they were fine. Trading Travis Kelce, Mitchell Schwartz, he got back Ron Swanson and the deal. And Tyrann Mathieu had a huge cap hit. So it made sense to get rid of all those guys. So I didn't mind them.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing about those moves that I could say that you could maybe, holy crap, Winston.
Yeah, sorry. He's got his marshmallow. That's his favorite toy. Hey, buddy.
The only thing I'll say about the Matthew deal is, like, he ended up franchise tagging him, and he got something back for him, so that ends up working out. Okay, how do I get out of the goddamn nav menu? Oh, it won't let me out because I gotta do all the stupid... Alright, there you go. He ended up tagging Matthew, so that ended up being, why he had such a big cap hit. But I like the moves. I thought they were really good to get something back for those guys, Yeah,
and I think he really hasn't Paul hasn't really had the chance to add a lot of young talent to this team, and because of the lack of streaming the first 2 seasons, he hasn't been eligible for awards either or get any dragons. So this is a nice way to kind of retool that Chiefs team moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. So moving on to part two of Paul's question, do you think it will hurt them uh, or eventually work out? And so I said, I think it'll hurt in the short term, but you still have the best quarterback in Madden in Mahomes. So I think it all works out in the end.
Yeah,
Um,
I said the same thing. I said it might hurt in the
Can't
short
go this way.
term, but because I believe either Paul or Paul's opponent has streamed the first 4 games, he's 3-1. So really, the one thing that matters with Kansas City is the offense anyway. So the
Right.
fact that he's streaming so much, that offense is going to be a lot better than it has been the first 2 years.
Yeah, for sure. Um, would you guys have done anything different? Is Paul's last question, and to be honest, not really. Um, maybe I don't tag Matthew, but other than that, like, what else could you have done? There's you. I guess you could have traded Tyreek Hill, but why? There's
Yeah,
not a lot of guys that have. There's not a lot of guys that were expendable that you could move that weren't going to make your team significantly worse. So I think you did the best in a bad situation.
yeah, I agree. And because Madden
Damn it. I have
boned,
no idea where we're supposed to go because it's been so long since I.
yeah, I don't know, I'm just walking around. Madden really boned Paul with this Mahomes contract, so he really didn't have a whole lot of options. But
Yeah, for
I wouldn't
sure.
have done anything different because past trading the guys who he did, you know, instead of he would be going from a contender to somebody who it's really like if he did trade Tyreek, it would be like just Mahomes and like nothing else.
Right.
So I think he did fine, and now he's got some picks. He's got like a young tackle in Ron Swanson, so I think it was a good move.
Yeah, no, I liked it. So moving on to my questions because I sent some in this time. Uh, what is your best early season trade? Uh,
So I had a couple on here that I just wanted to mention. The first one I had was Marquise Brown to Washington from Baltimore. I think Rebel's done a really nice job with putting his rookie QB Brian Sharp in a position to succeed, getting Hollywood, who is either I think the fastest or second fastest receiver in the game.
Third. He's
Third,
the third
okay,
fastest.
yeah. So
Because both Hardman and Hitler 99 speed.
okay, getting the third fastest guy in the league, is really going to help out that offense. The second one I said was Matt Milano to New Orleans from Buffalo. He has 3 sacks and a forced fumble in his first 2 games in New Orleans. So he's been a huge part of my defense. And then the other one I said was Ed Oliver to New Orleans, especially now that he has superstar dev.
Clearly, no hometown bias here from
No,
Sam.
no, definitely. Well, there really
Everyone.
haven't been a whole lot of trades.
Really? Because I can think of one that was another Buffalo trade that I like more than both of those.
Which one?
The Devin Singletary to the Dolphins for a 2 and a 5.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Singletary's not going to start when Harris comes back.
I mean, no, but he's not like chopped liver like you're making him sound. But
No, I mean,
that's
he's
not my
good.
That's not my favorite trade anyway. I like the Mitchell Schwartz trade
Okay, yeah.
to the Packers. I actually like the Chiefs part of it better. I like getting Ron Swanson back because he's younger. He's got 2 more years on that deal, and he's cheaper. So
Yeah,
I really like I told Will at the time I didn't really like the trade for him. I thought he was giving up a lot to not get that much better.
yeah.
So
That was actually the fourth one I had, but I only wanted to do 3. I agree with you. I mean, I like Schwartz, but for Will, I just would have rather had. Dang it, Winston. I would have just rather had Ron Swanson at cheaper
yeah,
than Mitchell Schwartz
right.
because his offensive line was already good. Like, I didn't think if I was going to upgrade a part of Will's team, I don't know if offensive line would have been the move.
Yeah, but it seems to be working out, which we'll get to later. So worst trade of the early season, and I'll go first on this one because I actually have the trade that you mentioned. I think that Marquise Brown to Baltimore or from Baltimore to Washington is a bad trade. I don't like it. I think that it's way too much for a guy who isn't even superstar dev and probably won't ever get it and is topped out where he is. He's probably going to be a mid to high 80s guy, and you gave up 2 future ones. Now they're going to be late, so it makes this thing a little bit better, but I just don't think that it makes that team significantly better.
That's fair. I mean, I guess the standpoint I was looking at is kind of like what you just said. They're 2 future ones, and both of them aren't going to be good. Like, unless something happens.
Right,
Winston?
but like we've seen, it could turn around in an instant. And another one that I didn't like was, well, I didn't like it for Sean. I thought giving up on any of those young guys that he gave up on this offseason was too early to give up on them. Like Singletary's not great. What? We're at Daddy's house. What are you talking about? Okay. But I just feel like Sean gave up on those guys a little bit too early. And I think the returns on his older guys have been really disappointing.
Yeah, I agree. I just had marked down pretty much every trade that Sean made is what I had for this list. Especially, I really didn't like the one he gave up for Cody Ford. Like, he got back like these are like high 60 or low 70 overall normal offensive linemen and like some like just meaningless picks. Sean actually messaged me and was like, "Hey, I have 2 trades. One was the one he accepted, and the other one had like a decent pick. It was like a current one, I think." And I was like, "Dude, like unless you're focus training offensive linemen, then just take the current one." He was like, "Yeah, I'm not really focus training offensive linemen. I just wanted somebody younger in return." I was like, "Well, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, unless you're focus training offensive linemen," which Sean's not.
Right. I agree. So moving on to my next question is biggest surprise rookie, and I'll let you go first on this one.
So I have Woodard here. Not that it's surprising that the first overall pick is doing this well.
I also have Woodard.
Yeah, like it's not the fact that he's playing well, because like if you're the first overall pick, you're expected to play well, but he's leading the league in sacks, and it's like it's him and Von Miller, and then the next, like, he has 9, Von Miller has 7, and the next person has like 4. So to be leading the league in sacks after 4 games with 9 is crazy.
Yeah, I agree. And that's basically what I had down is, like, I expected Woodard to be good. I didn't expect him to be that good.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be, like an 8 to 12 sack guy, not an 8 to 12 sack guy in the first 4 games.
Right.
So then, most disappointing rookie for you?
Most disappointing rookie for me so far. I had the wide receiver from Auburn that went to Minnesota.
Yep.
Max Harris. Just because, I feel like he's actually in a pretty good situation. I know Kirk Cousins isn't the best overall, but he actually had a good season last year. And I guess you could say Cam's starting now. That's why, because we all saw Cam in Jacksonville last year, and he didn't really throw the ball that much.
Yeah.
So I would say Harris, just because he's the first wide receiver taken in there, and he's I think 4th or 5th in rookies and yards.
So I went with Anthony Perez, the tight end from the Bucks.
Mm.
He was the number 3 pick, and he's averaging just over 10 yards per catch, but he's at 30 yards per game.
Mm.
So I just like if you're gonna be that high of a pick and produce that little, like you're disappointing. I think he could still work out in the end, but I'm just a little worried about his trajectory going forward.
Yeah, that's a really good pick, for sure.
Best player player with the best chance to make their first All-Pro team, whether it's All-Pro 1 or 2.
So this really hurts to say because we've clowned on this dude a good bit on this podcast, but I said Jordan Love.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that pick. It's
He's
not
had a-
mine, but he's had a great season.
Yeah, he's had a really good season so far. And with
Yeah.
guys like Watson starting off a little slow, like he's definitely going to have the numbers.
Right.
So, it was kind of hard to find somebody that like didn't make one last year that's going to make it. So I think out of the ones that haven't, I guess that we know about, I would say Love has the best chance to make it for the first time.
So I went with Joe Burrow.
Okay.
He's thrown for I think like 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception, but he's rushed for like another 300 or 400 yards in the first 4 games.
Yeah, that's a good pick also.
And he's only taken like 1 or 2 sacks. I guess he took 3 last game, so he's up to 4, I think. But he's been playing out of his mind. Like he's finally made that turn to being an elite quarterback. So for the next question, best rivalry in NFL GM history. I'll go first. I'm gonna go. So this is from Madden 20 is one of mine. I'm gonna go Vince versus Sam in the AFC South. I really
Oh gosh.
like it started out with you guys both being really bad, and then Vince had some really good drafts, but like he couldn't get it. He couldn't put it together, and then all of a sudden, you were really good, and then Vince, all of a sudden, his team just exploded towards the end. But I always felt you guys were like right next to each other in that draft. And then I think the one that's the biggest is Chris versus Cody. And I mean, like, you could even go like Cody versus Billy B if you wanted to, but that was 1 year. Chris versus Cody was a multi-year thing of those two, competing to have the best records, the most Super Bowls and whatnot. So,
I like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I had Chris versus Cody as well. I also have Cody versus Pode. From this year because I've really enjoyed that rivalry in the AFC East so far this Madden. But yeah, me and Vince in Madden
So
20
look
was
in the
fun.
chat.
Vince first number 1 overall pick.
All right, and so best GM never to win a Super Bowl, and I have 3. I have Pode, Russ, and Lee. Like, I think those guys have consistently built great teams and like just fallen short.
Yeah. So I can't remember if these guys have won Super Bowls or not, but 2 of our 3 are the same. I said Pode, Cirilio, and Roy. Because I'm not sure if Roy's ever won a Super Bowl or not.
Cirilio's won a Super Bowl.
Okay. Then substitute Cirilio for Lee, because he was my 4th.
Yeah. Roy's also never won one.
Which seems surprising to me, because Roy's really good. But it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, only one of us gets to win it every year, and most of the time it's not going to be you. Especially with guys just trading Cody all their best players.
It's usually going to be Cody or Corb.
Or Chris when he was still around.
True.
So moving on to Corb, as you mentioned him, uh, seems like the Dolphins are ready to contend. Do you see any moves for the long term? I think you're wrong. I don't think the Dolphins are ready to contend. I think they're 1-2 or 1-2 start 3, 1-3, one
One
and
and
two. I
three,
don't know.
yeah, one and
Yeah,
three.
1-3 start says otherwise. Now injuries have plagued the Dolphins this season, but um, I mean, for the long term, the Dolphins need another receiver and a big time safety before I think I'm really ready to contend.
Yeah, I kind of said you still have a couple of years before you're really gonna have to start paying the young guys.
Yeah,
So if I had to guess on kind of what your like 2 to 3 year plan looks like, I said you'll probably try to if they're like anybody selling off their veterans for cheap that have like bigger deals, short term deals. I feel like you would probably do that, like you did with Teron Armstead and Rick Wagner in free agency.
right.
But for the most part, it was kind of like you said. Your team's just injured right
Yeah,
now, so we
yep.
haven't really gotten to see your team's
I
potential yet.
also I kind of like, and you and I talked about this before we did the mock draft, or no, it might not even have been the mock draft. It might have been the actual live draft. Um, my early season schedule, especially those first 4 weeks, was not favorable. I had Cody, Pode, and Cirilio mixed in with Vince, who was a wild card there.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
rough.
didn't zero because I need somebody like to be ready right now. Like I was it. I'll be the first to admit I was in on the Marquise Brown trade. I wasn't gonna give up 2 firsts for it. Um, my offer was a first, a third, and one of my young receivers not named Rondell Moore. Um, so moving on to Corb's next question, favorite steak to grill. I'll let you go first because like
Uh,
they're they're
so
steaks. I like them.
So I said ribeyes because I feel like when
Okay.
you're grilling a ribeye, I feel like you have more leeway to
Yeah.
mess up. And I don't profess to be a grill master. I'm probably at this point like a grill apprentice. So I like the ribeye because you can make mistakes and it'll still taste pretty good.
Yeah. I went with fillets. They're
Mm,
easy to do.
yeah.
I don't have to. They're not hard, and I do mine medium rare, so they're pretty quick and easy.
I'd also like to take this time to clear up that I don't really put ketchup on my steak. That was just
No,
that was just a
it was a
meme,
joke.
everybody.
It
It
was
was just a
just it was
meme.
just a joke. His name's not Donald Trump. He doesn't put
Yeah.
ketchup on his steak. You monsters. No, Pod, we've not got to your questions. Um. All right, Will has some question. Biggest surprise at this point in the season. Mine are the Bengals and the Saints.
Okay.
The Bengals being 4-0. Like, I mean, I know we've talked a lot about how good the Bengals could be, but it hadn't shown up last year at all. And this year, they've been ridiculously good. And the Saints being 3-1, and their only loss being to the Lions, that's not the loss I would have expected.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I have two. I have a good and a bad. I said Washington at 4
yep.
0 is a surprise. Not because Washington has a bad roster, but because they're starting a rookie QB, and we've
Yeah.
seen that can usually goes bad unless your name is Brock Purdy. Um, and then the bad one I had the Colts at 0-4, and I feel really bad for Lee because I don't know how this team is 0-4 because
I do, and we'll talk about it later.
yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I would have. I didn't want to go so negative early because there's going to be a lot of negativity later on. Will's next question. Top 5 QBs in NFL GM right now, based off play, not overall. So I'll let you go with this one first.
Okay. Um, This isn't in any particular order, but I had Watson, Love, Wilson, Dak, and Murray as mine.
Oh, okay. Um. So my list is very different, and mine is in order. For right now. Let me get to a safe spot. I have Love, Watson, Mahomes, Burrow, Wilson right now is my top 5 in that order.
Okay.
I think Mahomes streaming has been really good to Mahomes. It's something
Yeah.
that like really benefits him.
Yeah,
'Cause he,
I didn't pick Mahomes just for the simple fact of up to this point, Paul hasn't streamed a whole lot. So
yeah,
that's the only reason, or else I would have swapped out probably Dak with
yeah,
Mahomes.
yeah, and I think Pode would strongly disagree with you on Dak.
Well, I mean, we also had guys complaining about Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers last year, and Russell led the league in passing, and Rodgers had actually a pretty good year. So,
For sure. So what bottom of the league team has the best chance to right the ship and make a run to the championship?
okay,
I
you go
I have
first.
I have the I have the Lions, the Colts, and the homer pick of the Dolphins.
Hmm.
But
I guess it depends on your definition of right the ship and make a playoff run. I'm assuming.
yeah, and I don't
Uh,
think it's a run to a championship.
yeah. So I said the Jags. Um,
Okay.
their their division is bad. Like the Texans and Colts are really bad, and the Titans aren't that great. So I think the Titans are leading that division at 2-2. So the
Yeah.
Jags could like literally just win one game, and the Titans lose, and they're tied for the division lead. So I'm thinking the Jags.
I like that. That's not a bad pick at all. And then Will's last question, I'm pretty sure. Best offensive and defensive rookie so far. I'll let you go first because I want to see what your offensive pick is. Because I have a feeling I know what it is, but
Offense to me is Brian Sharp for Washington.
yep,
He leads all rookie QBs in passing yards by like I believe almost 200 yards, and he's top 10 in the league in passing for this
yep,
year so far. And defense, obviously, it's Woodard.
yeah. Those are my two picks too. I think it's pretty chalk right now.
Yeah.
With those two guys, I don't think that can't make much argument about.
Field General Trev.
Look, I think that you have a really good offensive core and a really young defensive core. I think you can make a run to the playoffs, you know. You've got the Bills still on the schedule. So that's always helpful. That's a win. Um but but I had Woodard and Sharp. Also, special shout out to John Moses. I think he's been really good this season.
I
So,
appreciate it. Granted, a lot of
uh,
that came in one game, but we'll
yeah.
take what we can get.
So from Lee, Colts Lee here, does Drew Lock have any chance to be a decent quarterback in this league? His stats look decent if you didn't know he lost over 80 yards a game in sacks.
Jesus. Is that true?
Yeah, he's been really bad.
Oh my gosh.
So my answer is yes, but the time is running out now.
Yeah, I kind of said the same thing. I said, last time I looked on Daddy Leagues, he was leading the league in passing. So obviously the talent is there. It's just, it just hasn't come together with the offense for some reason so far. And probably giving up 80 yards and sacks a game. It's probably part of it.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it. What QBs do you think will be traded or hit free agent at the end of the season? I'll let you go first for this one.
So the ones I had were Matt Stafford, Rodgers, Cam, Matt Ryan, and Tom Brady. most of these guys are older and are on new deals, and we've kind of seen, especially with Stafford, this is his third different team in 3 years, so I would expect him to not be on the Jags next year. Cam probably won't be on the Vikings. I think the Falcons probably should cut Matt Ryan after this year. I don't think his penalty is that bad after this
Uh,
year.
yeah, I
I
don't
can't
think it can
remember.
be that. I don't think it can be that bad. Oh, sorry, Marian, you're dead.
Whoop.
Um, um.
Oh,
So for me, I think the only answer is Drew Lock because of how frustrated Lee is with him. I think he's gone after this season.
really?
Yeah, I think Lee has just been so frustrated with how poorly he's played that I think it's if it doesn't turn around this season, I think Lee moves on from him for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I like those.
Yeah, so his next question as I try to do this while driving, uh it's early season, but who is the biggest rookie bust at this point? And so I have obviously he was my most disappointing rookie. Anthony Perez and Derek Ware are my two busts right now. Ware has
That
one tackle for loss and one sack.
Yeah, I had Ware as well, and I also had Max Harris from earlier.
Yep, yep, that makes sense. Oh damn, gotta go. I didn't hit it right. We're fucked.
No. Oh no.
I mean, it's normal. We'll be fine. As long as I don't get killed here. Um, damn it. So then that was number 4, right? Biggest draft surprise is the next question he had.
So I chose Clay Griffin for the Bears. He's second in terms of passing yards for a rookie with just below 900 yards. He was a fourth round pick out of Bama. He's played well. The Bears, after losing Minshew to injury, I didn't think they could really afford to start. I think he was like 68, 67 overall. Nick Foles. So to have the
Yeah,
rookie come in there and play well, I kind of think the rookie has a starting job from this point on.
you would hope, but Bears traded a lot for Minshew, or not a lot, but you know they gave up a cat draft capital for Minshew.
Well,
So
they gave up Jamar Chase. I mean, let's
yeah,
call it like it is. They gave up drafting Jamar Chase.
right. Or Penny Sewell.
True.
you know, or Micah Parsons. Not that they need another linebacker, but they gave up a bunch of guys to get Gardner and then grab Hamsha. I'm pretty sure is who they got
Right.
with that pick. So his next question is top 5 running back you would want on your team.
For streams, to clarify,
yeah,
for streams, I want
yeah.
you to go first on this one.
I have 2. One of them should be painfully obvious as somebody who has to play him twice a year, but it's Jonathan Taylor and Thurman Wyrick. For me, are the two guys that I would want on my team.
So I had 5 because I actually answered this question.
The top 5. Oh, I misunderstood. I thought it was which top 5 running backs. Like, which of the top 5 running backs would you want? That's what I thought he meant. My bad. So I can answer this. So it would be Taylor, Wyrick, Aaron Jones, fuck. Oh Jesus, I messed that up. Taylor, Wyrick, Aaron Jones. Okay, maybe I can't because I can't think of the other 2 top 5 running backs that I had. Like I had the list. So yeah, go ahead.
So mine's in order. Number 1, Wyrick. Number 2, I had Christian McCaffrey. Number 3, I had Alvin Kamara. Number 4, Aaron Jones. and number 5, Jonathan Taylor. With
Okay.
respect to Saquon Barkley, with respect to uh, who else I guess could feel quote disrespected by this list, whoever.
Travis Etienne. You
I
know.
mean, I guess.
You know. Okay. Rank the top 5 second-year wide receivers. Which one will make a Pro Bowl first? Because none of them made it last year. So I'll let you go first with this one.
I boycotted this question. I purposely didn't answer it.
Okay, so my top 5 in order: Chase, Bateman, Moore, Waddle, and Williams.
That's fair.
And the first one to make a Pro Bowl will be Jamar Chase.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And to be honest,
Um,
it's like Jamar Chase and everybody else. Like I guess Bateman would be the closest out of that group, but like
and
Jamar
even
Chase is
hit.
just so much better than everybody else in that class.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, you're being really disrespectful to Rondell Moore right now. They're literally those 3 are within 2 points of each other as overall. So I'm a little hurt right now. And so, um, but yes, it is Chase, and then everybody else. His numbers aren't as great this season. Like Bateman and Moore are right there with him. The problem is Bateman and Moore don't score enough touchdowns to get onto the Pro Bowl team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what hurts them. So um predictions for best offense and best defense at the end of the year based on yards. So I'll let you go first this time since you didn't answer this question the last question.
So best offense, I had the Pats. And then best defense, as of right now, man, I have the Bengals. Like they've been gangbusters to start the year.
Yeah, I don't hate those. I have the Bengals as the best offense. I think they have the best combination of a running quarterback who actually runs and a running back, and then their pass offense has, 3 guys who would start on every other team in the league.
That's fair.
So I just really like where they're at right now. And then for defense, I have the Seahawks because they're so far ahead in yards right now. Now, they hadn't played their game yet, but they were still like 300 yards ahead in yards. So,
Yeah,
or
I had
350.
Seahawks second, just because
Yeah.
they haven't played that game yet. So I kind of wanted to just see.
And I don't particularly like the Seahawks defense. I think maybe it's an easy early season schedule, but we'll see. But I could see the Bengals. Their defense is really good.
Side note,
Um.
I'm getting a crap ton of achievements.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, because I keep grabbing the intels for you.
Yeah.
I kind of remember where they all are. My friend had to walk me through this. So then for his 8th question, how many current starting QBs will be starting for the same team next year? I don't know. That's tough because Brady is old, so he's probably not going to be, same with Cam, but I'd say probably 28,
Yeah.
27.
I said 25 just because I think that's like 75% of the league. I'm trying to account for like guys who either retire or guys who draft and this up guys like the what's his name, the guy at Houston or
Yeah.
maybe if like
Yeah.
Manic actually wants to get a good quarterback, maybe Ricky Giles isn't starting next year.
Manick.
I've heard it both ways.
Yeah, because you say it the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, Moving on to his 9th question. With the surprise retirement of the 49ers GM, where do you see the 49ers finishing the season? I'll take this one first. It depends. Is their user going to stream games? Because if he streams games, they could end up 10-6. You know, if he doesn't stream games, they're going to end up probably 6-10, 7-9.
Yeah, I had pretty much the same answer. I just because I don't. This is the first league I've been in with Giovanni, so I don't know. I don't know what his stream habits are like, but this team is good enough if he streams to win the division pretty easily. Well, not easily, but he should win the division if he streams. It just kind of is a matter of if he streams. Again,
Yeah,
I don't
for
know
sure.
Giovanni, so I don't know his stream habits.
Well, he's never been in a GM league, so it's hard to tell what his stream habits will be in a GM league, you know. So, and for Lee's last question, who do you believe is the most defensive or dominant defensive player in the league this year? Who will be in 5 years? I'll let you go first with this one.
So for this year, I said either Montez Sweat or Stephon Gilmore. And for 5 years, I said Woodard. I don't know how you can keep him off the list. What we've seen through 4 games, because is he star Dev still, or did he get superstar? With the breakout?
I do not know. So
Okay.
I don't know for sure. So for me, I only had one for this year, and it's Montez Sweat. Dude's an absolute monster. And then for 5 years, I actually had 2 guys. And the second is contingent on this user being better than the previous bot. So first off is Woodard. How do you, like you said, how do you keep him off the list at this point? And then my second is Gregory Rioso.
Okay.
Dude had no focus training last year, no scheme stuff, and finished with 10 sacks. So I don't have any ammo left. Oh, yeah, I do.
Me
I
either.
lied. There's got to be
I got
ammo over
this.
here. Oh,
I got
God.
the incendiary ammo.
So I just think, like, with Rioso, if he gets love, like, he could be one of the best players in the league.
Yeah, I just worry about, like you said, him not having focus training. Like,
Yeah.
that's like basically his whole rookie year was just gone.
I know.
So
Then
how
that's
much is that
frustrating.
how much is that going to affect his development? But I agree with you. Russo could be really, really good.
So moving on to Lucha's questions. Excuse me. Your best bets on rookie breakouts this season. So rookies who will have huge seasons. I have 3 guys. How many do
I
you
have 3
have?
guys.
All right, I'll let you go first.
So I had running back Dwayne Glenn from Houston.
Yeah.
I had the QB Sharp and Tyler Woodard.
Okay. So I didn't want to go. I went little off the beaten path with my guys. I went guys who weren't like the names that you hear all the time when you're talking about the rookies. I went Kyle Weaver in Oakland. Dude already has 3 touchdowns.
Oh, nice.
John Moses in New Orleans, because
Thank you.
he's been really good. And then the surprise one is my tight end Justin Galloway. Dude's played has started 2 games and has 175 yards and a touchdown, or 2 touchdowns in those 2 games that he started. He's kind of made me think that maybe Mike Gesicki might be on the trade block this upcoming year.
Heyo.
Just with how good he has played. He's looked better than Gesicki in every way in the games that he's played. Like, Gesicki played 2.5 games and has, like, 10 catches for 50 yards. Galloway's pulling away from dudes in the open field. So it's just, it's weird to see my tight end actually doing something. Gesicki was a target hog. He's getting tons of targets, but not doing much with them. So moving on to his next question. should we have a Bill O'Brien award for most unbelievable GM move made so far this season? And if so, who would win it right now? We absolutely should.
And we are going to
Uh,
moving forward.
Yeah, and it's not even close right now. It's Sean in Buffalo
Yep.
as the
Congratulations.
most yeah.
The only trophy Buffalo is going to win this year.
Yeah, Buffalo has made some very sus moves this year. I guess if Tomlinson got his breakout, like that's nice for Buffalo, but I don't think it does enough for me to like make me feel confident about the status of this Buffalo like offense going forward.
I totally agree.
It's up there. That's right.
If I'm in, I still don't understand why he signed Aaron Rodgers. Like, I would have just kept playing De'Aaron King because he could have been like a 70-something overall by now if you just kept playing him. And
Yep.
he actually had a decent rookie season, so
Yep.
I still don't understand that move. And if I'm
Yeah.
a team like the Giants or Houston or any other QB needy team, I would be calling about De'Aaron King.
Yeah, I agree. Then his next question is, was the dress blue or gold?
The dress is
It
gold.
was. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! It's blue.
No, it's not. It's gold.
It is. It's a blue dress. Like maybe in the picture it looks gold, but it's an actual blue dress. Like, goddamn. And then his last real question: 3-4, 4-3, pros and cons of both.
So for this one, I just said it really just depends on the strengths of your team. Like,
Yep.
I moved to a 4-3 this year because I have 4 really good defensive linemen, and I want them on the field at all times. So it's
Yep.
really just about kind of what your team is good at. I think I want to say I looked at this before, and I think a majority of our league runs a 3-4, which makes sense. I feel like 3-4 is definitely more popular in
prevalent.
Madden. But
That's more, linebackers are easier to come by than
yeah, right.
good D tackles and DNs. So
Right.
yeah, it just comes down, like, if you have like a couple really good middle linebackers and a couple pass rushing, I'll let you take this, Scorpion.
All right. Come here,
Um,
Scorpion.
But yeah, so it just comes down to like where you've got strengths and where your weaknesses are.
Oh, that was a Marine. Sorry.
I don't care. All right, moving on to Ryan. I'd be interested in your thoughts on the call your shots picks. Any standout choices stand out as good or bad choices? I don't have any that like really stood out to me that were like terrible choices. I guess going for offensive players I'm not a huge fan of. It's so hard to get them that they're what they need to hit that. But it's not terrible.
So I had a couple that I'm not calling them bad picks, but I thought they were interesting picks.
Okay.
Cam Akers and J.K. Dobbins both are running backs. Both of these guys have been kind of undervalued in their respective offenses. Like, Cam Akers probably should have been the lead guy for the Rams since day one, and Corb has been playing Leonard Fournette a whole bunch. And this isn't the new Ravens user fault, but J.K. Dobbins just never played like Mark Ingram played, and so I know he got the superstar dev. I just don't know how much that's really going to help out since he's not really going to develop that much more.
Yeah, I agree.
But and honestly, any offensive picks I don't love, and if you're doing defense, I think it's way easier to pick like a linebacker or a defensive lineman than it is a secondary player.
for sure. Um, so his next question, these are the currently, as of Thursday night, 500 defeated teams. Bengals, Rams, Seahawks, Washington, and Packers. Which team do you see staying unbeaten the longest? I said the Bengals.
So to update this list, the Rams lost
Yep.
yesterday. But it didn't matter for me. I said the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, I like that pick. I think the Bengals, like, their toughest game is Ravens coming up, but I don't think it's actually that hard for them.
Yeah,
You know, they're going to be playing a Jamie Newman led offense. So,
yeah,
are you that scared of a Jamie Newman led offense?
right. I
You
think we
know,
kind of picked it. We picked our teams for kind of the same reason. I chose the Packers because the Bears have a pretty decent rookie QB, and the Lions have Trevor Lawrence, and not particularly that scared of that.
yeah,
So,
for sure. Um,
um, sorry, I was trying to
yeah,
scroll down, and my fingers are sweaty, and I couldn't move my trackpad.
we saw the sack record broken last season. Which record do you see falling next, and who do you think has a chance to make that kind of history? I said the reception record. It's 144, and we've had, even in the first couple years, we've had a couple 120s, and we've bumped up accuracy and stuff that I think it'll end up. Uh, we'll end up seeing that fall at some point.
Uh, so I said QB passing record just because we've kind of seen it with every Madden. Somebody eventually breaks it, and it'll probably be
Yep.
like Mahomes or um, maybe I don't know, maybe a young guy like Trevor Lawrence if he has a really good year, or a guy like Watson maybe. Um, I also said running back career yards because Wyrick is definitely breaking that. I don't think there's really any doubt. It's just kind of when if we can get it this Madden cycle or not.
It
Uh,
depends on if I allow Wyrick to keep playing. I
there you
might,
go. And then I
might
said the
just pull
sack
the.
record again will probably get broken.
Yeah, more than likely. Um, we're on to Ryan's next question. Who we lost a legend with the passing of Chris Rip. Who will be the next NFL GM member to bite the dust? Jesus Christ! I hope no one else.
I
I
didn't answer this
I
question because
I
I was
can't.
like I don't want to lose anybody.
I literally said I hope no one else. I don't know if my heart can handle it. So I mean, I hope no one else, but
Everyone's
those
listening.
those things are fluid. We never really know that a guy's gonna leave. So it's hard to
And what if
predict that
guys come
anyway.
back too? I think there'll be a few guys that have left that'll be back that left just because, they had something going on that was more
Yep.
important than Madden. But I think we'll see some people back as well.
Yeah, for sure. Um, last question from Ryan. If Sam and Kyle had to switch places, who would last longer? Sam in the snow or Kyle in the heat? This is a push. I've
Yeah, we
lived in
both
the
said each
heat.
other. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like I lived in the heat. Sam's lived in the cold. So neither one of us is going to die if we have to move to somewhere else. And then the last part of that question, and why is the Northeast better than both those places? Well, the Northeast is better for me because that's where all my family is from. So like, I enjoyed the Northeast more because that's where my dad and my sisters live. So um,
Well, then I apologize for this, what I'm about to say. I said the Northeast sucks. I said it's the most
uh,
overrated part of the country, so I apologize.
that's not true. That's West Coast.
Ooh.
California's trash. I said it, and I'll say it again. Um,
Let's see. Who is next? I think that was the last of Ryan's questions.
yep, that was it.
Now we get to we get to Kevin's questions.
Yeah.
Uh, Kevin says most surprising player. I'll start. I tried to pick somebody different. So I picked Kyle Pitts, the tight end at Buffalo, one of like 5 Buffalo players that haven't been traded yet this season.
Yeah.
Um, he's top 5 in receiving yards, like not just out of tight ends, but like the entire league, which
Yeah.
is super impressive. I just said Locke being first in passing, but his team doesn't have a win yet. I thought that was
Yeah.
kind of impressive.
I went with Burrow. Just his running has really surprised me. How much he's ran. Um, so I've been really pleasantly surprised with that, and I also put Locke because like he's been so bad. But not bad, but like his team's just bad. So, um, Kevin's next one was most disappointing player, and that also goes to Locke because they're 0-4.
So I have 2 here. I have Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
He has not played well so far this year. And I also have DeAndre Hopkins. You know, we talked about this move in the offseason is like might be the move of the offseason. And Hopkins on the year has 11 receptions in 4 games. So
Yeah.
he just he hasn't played that well yet. And that could just be simply from the 49ers not streaming as much.
Yeah.
Because maybe Brock Purdy isn't that great in just normal sims.
Yeah, for sure. Most surprising team is Kevin's next question.
I said Washington being undefeated.
Yeah,
the
and
rookie QB.
yeah. So and then most disappointing team, obviously the Colts. I would think we would both agree.
Yeah, I had that. I had the Colts as well.
GM of the year candidates, or no, I'm sorry, MVP favorites. I have Mixon, Burrow, and Love.
I have Love, Mixon, and Kyler Murray. I actually have Woodard here as well.
Nice. GM of the year candidates. I put Sean. Clearly, like I don't even think it's close. I think Sean's running away with this award. I
Yeah.
mean, who can make this many moves and be this bad? Like that's impressive, and like I think it must be on purpose. Like it's got to be right.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
real pick. I said Cirilio.
Yeah, I said Cirilio, Will, and Rebel.
And who? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last.
Rebel.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Teams that will bounce back. I had the Broncos. I don't think that they're actually a 1-2 team.
So I had the Dolphins just because I feel like your entire starting lineup is injured. And then I had the Browns here. I think that defense is just good to let this team down the rest of the year. So I picked the Browns.
Drew Lock is poop. Guys, at least 7-9 at the worst. Yeah, I mean that statement that seemed bold in the offseason now seems even bolder.
Yep.
Because he's
Looks
not
better by the
splitting
week.
with the he's not splitting with the division. He probably like not to toot my own horn, but Sean probably gets swept by the division.
If he gets if he doesn't have a divisional win at all, I would laugh and laugh. Oh, that would be awesome.
I just don't think his team's that good anymore.
It's not.
Like I think he's moved his team like out of 7-9 didn't seem crazy to me at the beginning of the season, and then he made more moves that I just were head scratchers to me.
Well, his 5 best players all play left outside linebacker, so I don't know what you do there.
Who are pretenders?
So this even hurts my feelings to say. I said the Eagles. at 3-1. Uh, I I'm not gonna let Carson Wentz trick me this year. Like we've seen this before, like him starting out really well and then fading down the stretch.
Yep. I agree with that. I had the Washington football team. I don't think
Mm,
they're for real.
okay,
I think that their defense is great. I think their offense is mediocre at best.
okay,
I think Brian Sharp comes down to earth. I think they've had a very soft early schedule.
fair
And I
enough.
think when they start playing better teams that they really fall apart.
Ryan is a phony. Yep, Ryan is
Yeah.
a phony,
Uh,
confirmed.
who are the contenders? So I think this means like the surprise contenders
Uh,
is what I think he mean. Like I don't think he just means like because if it's who are the contenders, there's like 8 or 9 teams that I think could win the Super Bowl.
yeah, that's what
Uh,
I took it as. So I tried to narrow it
uh,
down to like six.
I did too. I said the Packers and the Bengals.
So I had Packers, Patriots, Jets, Bengals, Seahawks, Cardinals.
Yeah, I like that. That's not bad. Why are the Panthers blowing it up, and when will it happen if they lose to the Rams? Nope, because they didn't lose to the Rams, but you'll probably still try to blow it up, Kevin, because I don't think that you understand how to keep teams on the or keep players on your team who aren't over the age of 26. Like you
Uh,
just want to keep all the old dudes.
I said the opposite. I said Kevin's all talk. He's not actually going to blow this team up because this team's too good.
Yeah, we'll see. So from our moving, thanks for the questions, by the way, Kevin. Moving on to Russ.
Stupid questions.
Yeah, whatever. He's dumb. At least he didn't ask about Adam Sandler today. Um, so moving on to Russ in Seattle. Football wise, what early injuries, if any, could have serious implications to teams' playoff hopes? Inspired by Chris Carson's going down for 6 weeks, which he actually was down for 7 weeks. I don't. Um, so I said Matt Ioannidis, Chris Carson, and the entire Dolphins team.
That's actually who I said as well.
So Kevin would rather waste away than rebuild. I know he's not. Look, you can't make fun of him. He's. I don't think Kevin's all there, guys. Like you got to be nice to him.
Cody would rather lose a Super Bowl than win it. Ouch town.
I mean, I made a similar
Jeez.
joke yesterday, and I felt really bad when I said it. I had to apologize immediately. So non-football question: best movie not named Serenity. I've never seen Serenity, so I don't understand the reference.
I don't either. I've never seen that movie.
I mean, I know what it is. It's a movie based on Firefly, so like Russ confirmed to be a Firefly nerd, which is cool. Like I like Josh Whedon too, but
Was that?
uh,
I never saw Firefly either. Was that show that everybody got ticked off about that got canceled after like one season
yeah,
or something?
yeah, starring Nathan Fillion. Yeah, that's that show. But I guess like so. I guess the question is like, what movie do I think is the best movie? Like, I guess that's what we're asking here.
No,
Um,
okay. Is he asking? Because I took it. Yeah, I don't know. You can't lose
like
it if
our
you don't
favorite
make it.
movie.
LOL. Yeah, because my favorite movie is The Prestige. With
So I go ahead.
well, I
Sorry.
was gonna say it's an early Christopher Nolan film with Hugh
Yeah,
Jackman.
who doesn't
And
know what the Christian Bale?
well, yeah. Well, I'm just some people might
Who
not
the
have
fuck?
seen it.
Who the fuck hasn't seen The Prestige? And if they haven't, I'm driving to your house and you're watching it.
Well, I've tried to make my wife watch it multiple times and she falls asleep.
Wow,
Yeah, it's very sad.
I'm disappointed in your wife now, Sam.
Yeah, me too.
So I have two, that I like are my favorite movies. The Shining, and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest because I'm actually in love with Jack Nicholson.
I
So,
like it. Both good choices.
so yeah. So yeah, thanks Russ for the questions. So next up I have questions from Vince. Will Ruddard break the single season rookie sack record? Probably. I don't
Who
know,
said in
you
the
know.
ones? The first one is how does the early part of the season compare to your early predictions? Because I have these from Russ as well.
I don't have those ones. Those were definitely not sent to me.
You sent them to me.
How does the early season
Yeah,
compare
there's
to
like
what you?
7 of them.
I don't have these ones. They don't exist.
Uh,
I sent
of the
them to
streams
you.
you've been able to watch, who's your favorite player slash
Oh,
playmaker? What is
you
one
know
Cinderella
what? Hold on.
story?
Hold on. Let me see. Who sent those to me? Is it Pode? Nope, that's not Pode. I have no fucking clue who sent those to me.
I think it
All
was a
right, well,
continuation of Russ's, because that's what I
no,
had.
nope. Russ didn't send me any other. He just sent the two.
Okay. Well, we will
Uh,
find it.
uh, uh. Is it from? God, we'll just answer them. I don't know
We'll
who
answer
they're
and we'll
from.
go back and
I'll
award.
find it. I'll find it.
So I'll do these. So this first one is, like I said, how does the early part of this season compare to your early predictions? And I just said too early to tell. Like there's only been 4 games, so um, I don't think we can accurately say, hey, yeah, like we were totally right about everything when it's only been 4 games. Like uh, Madden changes really quickly. Like the Cowboys lost, I think 5 straight last year to end out the season, or went like 1-5 and ended up winning the Super Bowl. So you just never know. You never know with Madden.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's too early to tell so far.
The next one is which teams have surprised you the most, good or bad? And again, I said Washington here, and I'm assuming you'll probably say Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, you know who sent them?
who?
No other one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Mm,
my bad. Yeah. So, uh, yeah. Fuck. I don't know why I don't have these in my own list, but okay. Yeah. I think Cincinnati. Yeah, you missed your questions, Will. Um, I didn't see that in there.
I didn't know who that Twitch username was, so I just didn't answer.
Oh, I didn't see it. It got buried in other stuff. Yeah, you missed him. Sorry. It was like an hour ago, man. It was like in the first 2 minutes of the stream. We said we're not answering this asshole's questions. He's fucking mean to me. No, I'm just kidding.
He bullies us in the CM chat, therefore you do not
Yeah.
get your questions answered.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would say Cincinnati, Washington, and then the Colts is a bad.
Yeah, agreed. The next one is what is one Cinderella story you want to see happen this year? I said I want to see Corb win the NFC West. I
Ah,
need
man.
it. I needs it.
For that one, I said I want to see Dolphins and Saints in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's not even like that's not. That shouldn't
That's a
qualify as a Cinderella story. No, that's like
That's
no, that's like
that's a
that's like in you know what that is? That's like in Fallout New Vegas when the Legion roll up to Nipton and you win the lottery. That's what that is. Like Cinderella story like is at least kind of likely.
Yeah, Vince, you can go ahead and stream because if they're gonna advance soon over there, you can go ahead and have one of them put me on AP. If they're gonna wait a little bit, I can right after this. Sorry about that.
And then you're the guy who gets his legs broken. Yeah, but at least you're alive.
So of the streams you've been able to watch, who is your favorite playmaker? I haven't gotten to watch a lot of other people's streams this year. I'm not gonna lie. I've been a little busy with other stuff. Like I've barely tuned into my own streams. I'm just kind of hitting A.
Wow, no wonder you're 1-3.
Yeah, Burrow would be my pick though. Like from what I watched, like I did watch our stream yesterday, and he was just fucking running all over me. Like it was hideous. He ran for 110 yards.
So I said Christian McCaffrey or Woodard because
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey like is apparently just impossible to tackle, And Woodard, you just can't block him. I guess he's like Lawrence Taylor.
To be
Apparently.
fair, my team didn't even try to block him on a couple plays.
There you go.
They were
Mine
just
didn't
like,
either.
it's cool. It's cool, man. Like, don't worry about it.
They heard
Who cares?
Woodard was a really nice guy, and they felt bad for
Yeah.
him.
They heard that the GM of the Lions was talking shit about him after the pick.
Yeah, they felt bad
Okay.
because he's constantly going to be on the team with the number 1 pick, so they're trying to pad his stats a little bit.
Right. I threw a grenade. Who are your early picks for offensive rookie and defensive rookie? We already an offensive player and defensive player of the year. Defensive rookie is Woodard.
I did both conferences.
defense-
Sorry.
In the Jesus.
I can go first.
All right,
if you
I'll
want.
let you.
can
Yeah,
just
you
copy
go
mine.
first. I'm not gonna
Uh,
copy yours.
So for the AFC Offensive Player of the Year, I had Joe Burrow,
Yep.
and Defensive Player of the Year, I actually had Von Miller. He has 7 sacks so far this year. He's played really well. I think he's trying to play his way out of Tennessee. I think he wants to get traded. AFC Offensive Rookie of the Year, I have Clay Griffin. And defensive Rookie of the Year, I have Lorenzo Verdon out of Philly.
Okay. I just fell off the edge. I'm dead. So offensive player in the AFC, I'm going to go with Joe Mixon because it seems
Yep.
like it's always a running back.
Yeah, that's fair.
Uh,
He was my other
the
choice
run-
as well.
And in the NFC, I'll go with Russ Wilson because who else could it be?
I picked Jordan Love, actually.
And Jordan Love's trash. Don't talk about Jordan Love on this podcast. We're anti Jordan Love on this podcast.
I jumped off the edge. I thought I could
No, you
make
pulled
that.
him. You can't make any jumps.
Oh, I needed the ammo.
Oh, okay, fair enough. As far as AFC Rookie of the Year on offense, I would say I'll go Kyle Weaver. Why are you throwing things at me?
I'm sorry. I pressed L to look down the sights. I jumped off the edge again. Dang it.
I don't know where this beacon is.
Oh boy. What are you
Where's this
barking at,
beacon?
sir? Heart is now broken. Yeah, for the rest of the NFC for me, I had obviously Jordan Love as Offensive Player of the Year. I had Tre'Davious White as Defensive Player of the Year. Brian Sharp as Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Woodard as Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, so I guess NFC it would be I would go with Russ, Sweat, Woodard as defense, and I'm gonna go with Jonathan Moses again. I don't think it's gonna be Sharp. AFC, it's Mixon. Defensive player, I'm gonna go with Gilmore. Rookie, I'm gonna go with Kyle Weaver. Defensive rookie, though, I'm going to go with JoJo Brewer. He's got 2 interceptions. Has the sack. Look, man, I got to give my guy some love. He's going to be the best corner in the draft.
I didn't realize this was the NFL GM's Dolphins podcast.
I mean, I guess. Which CM is bringing the most swag this year? Holy shit, there's a wild Will in the party.
Oh, no.
This guy's... I'm sorry, Will.
My heart is fucking broken right now. I feel fucking disrespected by all means. Jordan Love is out here balling, no interceptions, fucking destroying teams, and y'all shitting on him.
I'm shitting on him.
We broke him.
I'm shitting on him. Sam did say he was going to win MVP.
And NFC offensive
Jordan,
offensive
Jordan
player
Love
of the
is
year.
about to come in there and fucking win MVP. He's going to avenge Harry Winter's fucking many losses. All right. Winter is happening in Green Bay right now.
All right. That was not... I didn't... You know,
No,
every
that
time...
was not planned.
Every
I love
time
you all.
somebody gets on this... Every time somebody gets on this podcast, they get real mad at me.
Yeah, maybe you should stop hating.
Yeah, probably.
It's
I
okay.
should,
I've calmed down.
stop. So which CM is bringing the most swag this year? I guess we're gonna say fucking Will.
That's what I hear.
I guess.
That wasn't my pick, but
Who's your pick?
I said Roy.
Roy bringing the most
Roy's
swag.
bringing the sweet memes. Hold on, wait.
I
Roy
know.
deserves
That.
Roy deserves this.
He's the meme lord.
So
Gotta give it to him.
with the current sliders, which strategy on offense and defense do you think is the most meta?
No giving away secrets. We don't everyone can zone, run,
Everybody.
anything opposite of spread.
You need a field general QB. You need physical wide receivers. What else? Run stopping defensive linemen everywhere.
Drops open catch trait.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
that's the key. It's definitely you should focus on cornerbacks and pass rushers, like linebackers and
The lower overall
DTs.
the linebackers are, the better they play.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but they're you don't
We're
need
feeding them
90
false information. We are the U.S. government.
Yeah, I don't know. Sliders aren't my thing. If Chris was here, I would tell you to talk to Chris about it. Because sliders definitely aren't my thing. At all. So moving on to the last question. What moves would you like to see teams make before the trade deadline? I'd like to see Sean trade a few more of his young players if he could do that for me. That'd be fan-fucking-tastic.
I asked him about Kyle Pitts, but his price is steep, which I was surprised by.
Yeah, I figured he would have wanted like a pack of fucking Skittles and like.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna formally ask Sean on the fucking podcast right here to stop trying to trade me Mitch Morse. He's old, expensive, and I don't really want him. I'm looking for a younger center. Somebody with a higher overall that's maybe equally as expensive, but someone who can actually do something good.
Sean says, I'll even pay for his plane ticket to Green Bay. That's awesome.
So I guess that's it for no other one. Thanks for the questions.
I didn't even get to answer mine. I didn't even get to
Go
answer.
ahead. Oh, I thought you said you wanted him to trade. Oh, I guess that was Will.
That was me.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just thought you were agreeing with Will.
I said we got to get Julio out of Atlanta. Like, he shouldn't be on this team anymore. And then I said it might be starting to think for Lee, it might be time to think about maybe not rebuilding, but retooling his team.
So I asked about Julio and got no response back.
Cool.
that's because Oscar hates us.
Yeah, so that's just telling you, like, because like I even put in there, like I've got a current one, and you can have any of my young receivers, again, not named Rondell Moore, but all right. Now I think I'm back where you were.
Yep, you're good.
Right. Will Woodard break the rookie single season sack record? Probably.
Yeah, so for the record, that record is 14.5, which I don't think Hutchinson broke last season because he was injured. So I said, yeah. Woodard's already
I'm
got
going to go ahead and
9.
say no. I'm not involved in this, but I'm going to go ahead and say no because he got stonewalled by me last night. So
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
fine. I mean, if he gets to play the Bills still again.
Shit! Then yeah, he's gonna break the record.
He's going to have that
Not
game.
able.
He's going to get 5.
Yeah, he still gets to play the Bills, so I mean it's fine. Then will he break the single season sack record? No.
I said no.
He doesn't get to play the Bills.
That would be really surprising.
Yeah, but I mean that means he's got to get like 15 sacks against the Bills because he's still got to play you one more time. I guess the Bears have a bad offensive line too, so it's possible, I guess. But I'm gonna say no. He's
I said
gonna hit a
unlikely.
wall. Will Woodard break the NFL career sack record this year? No.
Yeah, I said no
But it'll
for
be-
this year, and also no just for the this
I-
Madden.
See, I'm gonna say no, but close. He's gonna get real close this year. You know.
Okay.
And then
Again,
his
the
last
Bills
question.
game.
With Chris gone this year, are the 49ers less likely to win a Super Bowl this year? Yes.
Yeah, I said that as well.
The 49ers are no longer my lock to win the NFC West.
Yeah, I think now it's either the Cardinals. Well, honestly, it's probably.
I think it's one of the three other
Cord.
teams.
I'm going Cord, man.
Nah, it's Russ.
Hurt has been surprising me. He's been balling.
He hasn't. Corv hasn't played anybody good yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys. Just like Kevin last year, he hadn't played anybody good. Like, let's stop hyping these bad teams.
Wait, hold on. If we're being fair here, the Cowboys were not a very good team. They just got fucking lucked all the way to the Super Bowl. I just said fucking again. Someone just pointed out I like saying it. I'm a little agitated right now because I'm saying it a lot. I gotta retool my attitude right now.
Your vocabulary.
It's usually a lot more rangy than this, but.
So next up is Cody. Is that right?
I think it's Pode, actually.
Oh, Pode. Yes, it is. You're right. Who do you think will win MVP based on current stats? I'll let you go ahead and give
I'm Jordan Love.
Will some love before I spit out some facts.
Yeah, I said Love.
Spit out some facts. Hold on, wait. I mean, I'm just saying Jordan Love is leading. You know, I'm just,
Well,
I mean, how many rushing yards does?
Wait, before
How many rushing yards does?
me. Hold on, wait. Before you crush my hopes and dreams, let me say this. How many times has been a running back so far?
Right. Look, I'm picking a quarterback, and that's probably the dumbest move I can make. I should just pick a running back, but I'm going with Joe Burrow because he's basically a running back right now.
My unbiased agrees with you. Joe Burrow is like.
Yeah, I think, and he still has the Bills on his schedule. So I mean, like, let's be honest here. I don't think the Bills and their 19 outside linebackers are going to be able to slow down Joe Burrow.
Ooh.
I mean, he's got that. He does have that 6'62" overall superstar dev corner with the 86 speed that he can, put on.
Pay $20 million a year.
Put himself in cap hell for.
That's who he's gonna spy Burrow.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Dude.
I'm just saying. I saw Jair White for significantly less.
Jair Alexander. I hope you didn't sign
White.
Jair.
I said Jair White.
Yeah, I hope you didn't sign.
I'm looking at the rosters on my phone right now, and I saw Tre'Davious White.
I was like, you said Jair White. He doesn't even play fucking football.
He's
like that's bold. That's a good pickup. So then, most surprising underperforming teams. I think we can both agree it's the Colts, right?
Yes, for sure.
I don't know what's shooting me. Oh, it's this goddamn Wraith over here. I'm gonna die.
I'm still gonna say the surprising team is the Bengals. I didn't expect.
Well, that's my
on paper they look great. I didn't expect them to be this good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is underperforming though. This is bad teams. These are the teams that are bad. So that's why it's the Colts. Overperforming teams, I think it's the Rams and the Bengals.
I actually have the Giants here.
I don't know what the Giants' record is, so
they're 2-2. They should be 0-4. This team is terrible.
Ricky Giles is gonna lead the way, man. His memes are almost as good as Roy's, and you're just getting murdered by a Wraith.
Did you just say his memes are almost as good as Roy's? That's a fucking disrespectful statement.
It was a joke, Roy.
It's also not
I know
true.
you. That was.
Did
the
you just
joke,
call me
Jesus.
Roy?
I was speaking to Roy. Like I was going to say, Roy, I know you can't hear me.
That's
when
mean.
you read this,
are you making fun? Making fun of his disability?
No!
What the heck?
Jesus
My God.
fucking Christ, guys!
I might have.
I think we need to
co-host
replace
next
him with
week.
Roy.
All right, knock it off with the replacing shit here. Fuck, where am I?
Making fun of deaf people. Jeez,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
That's so mean.
The only deaf person it's okay to make fun of is Helen Keller. Like, all right, like, jeez.
Wow.
Is it because she was blind?
Why? Yeah. Why is Roy's also blind? To be fair, why is Dak cheeks?
I said because Michael Thomas is bad.
Because he was overrated when you traded for him, and you should have just stuck it out with Sam Darnold. You never gave Sam Darnold got one season. Yeah, he won a Super Bowl. Sam Darnold also got superstar dev after one season of starting. He barely played for Pode.
Kyle hates disabled people.
I can't see the chat. I can't see the chat. My laptop died and I can't see the chat. So I guess I'll take it. Fuck. I don't hate disabled people. I work with disabled people every day. Like, that's my job. I love to.
That's why you hate them.
All right. Let's get out of this fucking shit. Should Pode start the rookie 60 overall for the memes? No.
Yes.
Shut up. Pode. Should Pode start? I've got Roy on the brain now because he's going to be so mad at me when he hears the... God damn it.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, did you see the meme about Jordan Love just destroying the Jets? I mean...
All right.
Pode's got, serious trauma issues here because Dak Prescott overthrew 10 slants in that game. I counted.
Why is Kevin's draft class from last year so stacked?
I mean, we've talked about it before. Kevin's the best drafter in the entire league.
Hands down. Close. It's not even close. I'm like so flustered right now. I'm just walking around in the game. All they're seeing is me just pacing. Is Corb finally going to make a run to the playoffs? Yes.
Yeah, I said yeah as well.
I think it's pretty clear. How can Travis fix that atrocious roster? I said through patience. Like, trading Josh Jacobs isn't the move for me, at least. I think it's a bad move.
Yeah.
If people mind me, well, go ahead and say what you're going to say, Sam.
Well, I just kind of was going to reiterate the same thing. I said, he changes it one season at a time. I don't necessarily know you have to completely strip this roster to the studs to get that much better. Like, he has some really nice pieces, and he's going to have a lot of cap space. So he could potentially, depending on the free agent class, like he could potentially be in that conversation next year. Because, I mean, I don't really know how good the Broncos and the Chargers are, because the Chiefs didn't stream that much last season, but when they started to stream, they were a lot better.
Right.
So I think we'll see the Chiefs go from, I think their record was either 9-7 or 8-8 or something last year. I think you'll see the Chiefs go 11-5 this year.
Yeah, I agree. So what were you going to say, Will?
I'm going to say something about the Raiders. There's a lot of young talent on the team. I think trading Josh Jacobs now is a good move. If he can find a buyer. Unfortunately, a lot of us have running backs that we're pretty happy with. So he's not going to, if he does find a buyer, he's not going to get the top dollar that Josh Jacobs is actually worth. But he can probably trade him for some young developing talent. He has young wide receivers that he can start and make moves with them. Tight end, if he wants to move from Waller, he can, but tight end's another position that declines slowly. So I think he can get a lot out of Waller, especially considering the high speed. Offensive line needs to be retooled.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. My thing with trading, the reason that he wants to trade Jacobs is because he has that X Factor 69 overall on the team. But that guy doesn't have great attributes, and I just don't think it's worth moving on from.
I haven't even looked at him. I knew he had an X Factor. What's his speed? What's his...
Like 89?
That's not awful. I mean, that's what Dillon's is. I mean, is he a power back or is he an elusive back?
He's elusive.
Oh, he's elusive? That's...
yeah, and I don't think he has...
that young, I mean...
He's 23. He's a year younger than Jacobs.
Oh, then keep Jacobs. Keep Jacobs young backs.
Or maybe
someone will buy the young back.
Maybe 2 years. He might be 2 years younger than Jacobs, but he's not young enough that I think it makes a big difference.
And Jacobs is a power back anyway. I mean, power back seems to be the way to go this year. I mean, Dillon just runs through people.
Yeah, I think power back is absolutely the way to go. Which we have a question about that later. I forgot to include it. It's from Roy.
Cool.
No fucking jokes about me forgetting Roy. Okay, like.
But
Wow.
to address the question as a whole, I think Travis has a good team to work with. I think he just has to make some of the right moves and a good, strong free agency. Hopefully, he can be right in the conversation with the Chiefs.
Yep, I agree. Will Tua ever stop dropping back? I'm pretty sure he's still dropping back right now.
I literally said, rumor is he's still dropping back to this day.
Yes, he will stop dropping back. Talk to me in week 17 when he's not a field general anymore. Because that's about when it's going to be. Is Wyrick only good because Cody injects him with special corn drug that doesn't get picked up with drug tests?
Yes.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. I think that's... Is
Guys,
that even actually...
we all forgot the fucking mantra, Cody cheats.
Yeah. So...
That was sarcasm for everyone watching. Cody does not cheat, okay? I want to make that very, very clear right now. Very, very clear.
So I think these are Cody's questions, right? Am I right with that, Sam? These next ones?
Yeah.
Okay, these are from Cody. The Bengals are 4-0. Why did it take so long for things to start clicking? I just think, a lot of those moves were made mid-season last year. Maybe it just wasn't, maybe it was a scheme thing, That's what I think. Maybe he just didn't have the right scheme.
I said scheme, and I think Burrow became a scrambler at the end of last season.
Yep.
I'm going to say Burrow's development and probably morale. I think the building of morale definitely helped.
Yeah.
Cody in the chat said who was on the stream saying
Cody, it's me. It's Will.
And
It's
then,
Will. I said that shit.
And then Kevin responded
Whoa,
with the guy
Kevin,
who hates disabled people.
What the fuck, man? That's Kyle.
I don't hate disabled people.
He hates Roy.
I don't hate Roy. I love Roy. Roy, don't listen to these fucking liars. I love you.
I can't wait for the memes that are going to become of this conversation.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So moving on to
I'm
Cody's
so glad
next
I could
question.
join this. Out of nowhere.
Stokes and White have combined for 9 picks. No one else has more than 2. Can they sustain this production? Simple answer, no.
Yeah, I said no as well. I mean, that's historic level production. I mean, even White on his own with six interceptions by himself through the first 4 games is crazy.
I think White will top out probably around 10, like last year was the top. Let's see. What happened to the Cowboys? What should they do about it? The defense isn't playing well. And I think the only thing they can do is move some of those high-priced veterans and get younger.
Yep. I said the same thing. He won a Super Bowl relatively early in the Madden cycle, so rebuilding here isn't going to kill him.
Yeah.
And he still has enough young players to where if he trades off some of the older players, he could still compete again next season.
Yep. Who will win the MVP? We've already answered that. You say Love, I say Burrow.
Yep.
Number 1 pick, Tyler Woodard, leads the league in sacks. Will he continue that pace? I said no, but he'll still be, in the top 10 at the end of the season.
I kind of said the same thing. This is the second season in a row we've seen a rookie jump out to a fast start and lead the league in sacks after the first few weeks. And I don't, if Woodard gets hurt, but I think he'll naturally just cool down. So I said no.
Yep. The Broncos are 1-2. Will they turn it around? I said yes. I think they're better than this, but,
I said that
who
as
knows? What is your first impression of the new Raiders general manager? Too early to tell, but he's already put guys on the trade block, so he's better than my bot.
Yep. I had said pretty much the same thing.
No, I agree.
Tua and Lance are 1-2 in interceptions in the league. Which will finish with more interceptions? It's clearly Trey Lance.
It's clearly Tua.
Yeah.
Well, since I'm the only one non-biased here, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably gonna be Tua.
You guys are wrong.
Mainly because you got to play Cody twice a year and Stephon.
I've already. So to surprisingly, Cody didn't get any of those interceptions.
Really?
Yeah, it was the Bengals.
Well, then it's Lance.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have to take a phone call, so go ahead and do Cody's last question. And I'll jump back in.
Okay.
Right.
Last question from Cody is the Panthers are 2-2, but now have numerous starters on the block. What is Kevin thinking?
I can run down there.
For sure. He's not actually trading in these players, I think.
I think that Kevin is posturing. He's trying to see how much value he can get out of these guys coming off season. Because I don't think Kevin really believes he has a shot to win it this year with the strength of the NFC.
All right. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, if he does trade somebody, I think obviously McCaffrey's still 99, so he could trade him and get a whole lot. And McCaffrey is that good. Like, he killed my team.
Mm-hmm.
NFC sucks. Yeah, okay. I don't know about that.
NFC pride.
NFC's way better than the AFC.
I mean, 2 Super Bowls. I'm just saying.
Right?
Both over Cody.
Mike Davis and trade Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to do last season, to be honest. Like Kevin just talked up Mike Davis and then let him walk at the end of the year. It made no sense. All right, well, that's all.
Nope, we got one more. We got 2 more. Let me send them to you real quick. They're from Roy.
Oh, right.
So his first question
I forgot we were answering his last because he's disabled, and that's what Kyle wanted to do.
Fuck off. Which of there are a few teams that have gambled their future to win a Super Bowl. Which of those teams do you think has gambled too much and will have an arduous journey in terms of rebuilding from the gamble? I think Kevin.
Yeah, that was my initial reaction as well. Probably Kevin, unless he trades off a couple pieces this season. But then if he trades off, if the whole point of win now is trying to win a Super Bowl, why would you trade your players? You know, you'd really sort of ride it out.
Yeah.
Kind of like with the Cowboys and Armstead.
I have a different opinion on
season.
this. I really think it's more Washington.
Yeah, I agree. Like
they trade a lot to get a lot. I mean, they have a lot of good players, a lot of youthful players, but that quarterback position remains a mystery now. Haskins wasn't the guy. Is this rookie the guy? I mean, we'll see. But
my problem with what Kevin did is he's had 1 pick in the last 2 drafts.
Yeah.
So at least Washington has made some picks. So he's got some younger guys. And then elusive versus power, which in your opinion is the most viable for a GM league? It's power.
Yeah,
right now.
Agreed. It's power for sure. If you can get a guy that's good at both, obviously that's ideal. But if you have to pick one, it's definitely power.
Yep. So that I think is every question for the podcast. So thanks for coming out, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to me make fun of handicap people, which wasn't my intention.
It was really Roy, but I mean,
well, tune in next time when me and Will will be taking over the pods, and Kevin. And Kyle will be getting the boot.
I like Kyle being in here. I do love Kyle. I mean, he doesn't like me or Jordan Love, but
I love you. I hate Jordan Love, but you know. So, all right, guys. Have a great night. Nobody signed Caleb Farley for some reason. My CPU cut him because he was at punter because he's suspended for the season. So nobody signed him. Because then I'll just
before you end, I would like to thank you guys for letting me just butt in here and fucking. There I go again, dropping the F word. Jesus, I can't stop.
Everybody gets one butt in during their time here, and you use yours.
Podcast now. I'm coming in. I'm gonna be like the guy that just sits there quietly while you talk and interjects randomly, like Trump. Yeah, like Trump. There we go. Perfect.
That's
all right.
That's
except
the exact
racism.
Opposite.
I mean, I don't want
minus the racist stuff
and the orange. I'm not
all right.
orange, so
all right, guys. Have a great night. and we'll see you guys next time. For some reason, I got kicked out of there, so.
Yep, I'm about to go sign Caleb Farley. Goodbye.
Bye, guys. Later, Will.
Later.
Ugh.